Yeah.
We're with Carole King this morning, singer, songwriter. Do you like, is legend okay? Can we do that? Is it oh, you are.
Yes.
And she's here for a very specific reason. She's among the folks who have big names, who have chosen to put those big names out there for political candidates of all stripes, of all ideas. And she is backing Hillary Clinton, and she's touring New York, and she's been in Rochester for 2 whole days. Nobody does that. Nobody stays for 2 days.
But you wanted to come here.
I asked to come here. I know Louise Slaughter for a long time, and I have come here before with her, and he's, you know, been all around. And yesterday I got to do some fun things. I wanted to see the statue of Susan B. Anthony and the other one, Frederick Douglass.
Yes.
And I hadn't seen that since my last time, so I got to see that. But I also had another fun time at the Eastman School of Music.
We'll talk about that coming up. We'll get to that in just a second. I want to ask about what causes someone who has a celebrity, I guess is the word, to kind of put a lot on the line and choose a side in a political race.
Because I love this country, and I really have a vision for inclusivity, a vision for giving people rights instead of taking people's rights away. And the person that I think is best poised to help achieve that with her knowledge is Hillary Clinton. Her experience, you know, everybody talks about it. She's qualified, she has the experience. She has the vision to know that all the issues are interwoven, so you can't like pull this issue out and say, oh, this is a woman's issue. First of all, women's issues are family issues, which is everybody's issues. But it's not just women's issues, it's any issue you care to name. I believe that she's really working to pull them all together. And she knows every foreign leader by their first names and can read their body language, and so she can make these decisions with real experience.
Yeah. I want to follow up with that because you mentioned you love this country and speaking up and choosing a side. Do you think more celebrities should use their platform to speak up? I bring up this because Beyonce, an artist, she used a platform, the Super Bowl, to talk about a social issue. Do you think more celebrities should do that?
I think everybody should do that. And I think there is the fact that you're a celebrity, you really do have a bigger pulpit to speak from. But what I try to do is not say, this is my opinion, therefore you should have the same opinion. What I try to do is bring information and the opportunity for the viewer to explore this for themselves. So when I talk to people that are for Bernie Sanders, for example, I say, you know what, do me a favor. Take another look at Hillary Clinton. Look at what she's actually offering as solutions. And I'm not down-talking Bernie Sanders as much as saying, check out my candidate, and then make up your own mind. But use your mind. Don't just go, yeah, you know, based on something you've heard.
You mentioned yesterday girl power when you were down at Cornhill Landing.
Yes,
and
I
everyone
did.
said that. How much of your support of Hillary has to do with the fact that she's a woman running for president?
It has to do with it as a bonus, but she would be qualified whatever gender she was. She has the intelligence and the experience and all the qualifications. And by the way, she is a really warm, capable, intelligent woman. And sometimes, you know, let's put it this way, her husband is one of the best campaigners ever. And I think that the fact that someone is or is not a great campaigner should not be the point. People should look at some of the speeches she's given where she's just saying what she thinks. She gave a great foreign policy speech at Stanford in which she just said very quietly, made the case for why we should be doing what she thinks we should be doing. And she was the warm person that I've sat across a table from.
You describe her as a warm person. Why do you think she's so polarizing? I mean, Donald Trump is polarizing, Ted Cruz is polarizing, Bernie Sanders is polarizing. Why do you think Hillary Clinton is?
Because they've been throwing mud at her and her husband ever since they were in politics. And I was with Chelsea the other day. She just brought it, she made it so human. She said, when I was 7 years old, my dad was running against a man who threw so much mud at my parents. And one of the things that he said is that my mom was a bad mom. And she said, imagine hearing that at the age of 7. She says, there's only one person who's qualified to say how she was, me, meaning herself. And that's absolutely right. And you don't think about the kids when you hear people throwing out mud, but you know, that's why I don't like to talk against other candidates.
I was just going to ask you, what do you think of the state of I don't care which side you're on. It's gotten nastier than I ever remember
families
it
into
being.
things. And
Yes.
I don't like that, and I don't want to participate in that. I talk about what's good about my candidate, and I always have done that when I've, you know, been out there. And that's another point, you know, that I do use my celebrity to bring knowledge about the candidate that I'm supporting, but I ask the viewers. I just say, go ahead and make up your own minds.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. That certainly is. All right, you went to the Eastman School of Music on your visit to Rochester, and you said there's a reason we should ask you about that. Why were you there?
Okay, so I've been, you know, doing this political work, and I also do work on an environmental thing. This is all very far away from home base. What is home base? Music, right? So I go in with Louise Slaughter yesterday, and God, that woman, she's so great. She supported the arts for so long and still does. And so we walk in and we sit in our seats, and I hear this beautiful, magical soprano voice. And I'm like, this is like an angel. And then another soprano, mezzo-soprano joins her, another angel, you know? And then the chorus of people on the stage holding their books. And the play of the music and the chords, it was Russian music brought by the woman who was playing the piano. And I just started weeping almost uncontrollably.
Oh, wow.
And I just realized, it's like, oh, right, home base. And honestly, isn't music everyone's home base?
Yeah.
Everyone, whatever your political thoughts.
So good for the soul.
music is,
So.
I'd love to hear you, you've made a few references to it, and one of my favorite parts of politics, and I don't have many, is when you see people from totally different sides finding common ground. And I don't care which side you're on, but you gotta realize that even the most extreme opinions have common ground with the extreme opinion on the other side. And music, you're right, music does the same thing for all of us.
The great equalizer.
And I've been that nexus. I've seen Republicans and Democrats practically holding hands for the 5 minutes it took me to sing You've Got a Friend. And then they were back at it.
All right, I don't want to take up, but I am like...
There's so many questions.
I was listening, I was trying to list the people I've met in person through this job before.
You can't say you met Carole King.
I don't think it tops Carole King.
Dude.
A couple of presidents.
You got a
The
fist
thing
bump.
I love that people when they hear your name, I'm like, she's written so many songs. For songs for other people, and you know, you think it's their song, but it's actually your song that you wrote. I think does that people still tell you that surprises you?
I am often mistaken as the writer of You're So Vain. That was Carly Simon. And many of the songs, like there's the show Beautiful that just played here. Thank you, Rochester. I heard you loved it.
Yeah, they did.
But Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil have written a lot of great songs that sometimes I'm miscredited for. You've Lost That Loving Feeling is their song, one of the greatest songs of all time, in my opinion.
You just came off a couple years ago, a tour with James Taylor, your old boy. We only got 30 seconds left.
The Auditorium Theater.
What was it like to get back together with that guy?
Well, that was Arena. Sorry, that was Arenas. I was by myself at the Auditorium Theater. Oh, it was great. It was any time, you know, we could not see each other for months, and we get together. It's like no time.
Carole King, everybody.
For
We are
by.
out of
Thank you
time.
for all the time.
Thank you. Be with us. This is so awesome. We'll be right back.